Hello everyone, day two. It was just as fun. So once again, I if you guys don't know, if you're watching this for the very first time, I worked with Amazon for this is my second time working for Amazon. My other position was at a different warehouse. It was at a sortation warehouse for like the Amazon Flex drivers. Where we would just, take the things off the truck and put them into routes for the drivers. Anyways, I was, for the past, it was almost going on 3 years. Wait, no, 2018. Nope, it was almost going on 2 years. I was working with Amazon. The first 3 months, 4 months I worked there, it was a schedule, and then after that they switched up the hours and says if these hours don't work for you, we do have another option, which is the Alpha Associate. So that's what I was. The Alpha's a program basically was you signing up for at least one shift per month, and you stay active as an Amazon employee. But you can also work as many hours as you want as well. Up to the maximum of 12 hours a day, up to 5 days a week, 6 days a week. You did have to take a rest day. So I did that up until my official last day was July 30th. They let us know a week, 2 weeks, basically like a 2-week advance notice that our Alpha position at that location was ending. It was no longer going to be. And I was bummed, but I'm just like, hey, what can I do? I can't do anything. But at the same time, I know Amazon is always hiring, right? So I'm like, my possibilities are endless. So fast forward a little bit. After I got that, even prior to me getting the notification of my final day, I was looking for positions to see what was out there. The first couple I seen were in warehouses where you're doing one of the locations were a 10-hour shift. Now, I can't do a 10-hour shift, but you would get benefits. 4-day shifts, 4 10-hour shifts. But you can get benefits, but that was a drive, right? That was a drive. And I was like, nah, they ain't gonna work for me. The other one was in Ashland. That wasn't gonna work for me. That one is a little bit of a different, they put things on the pallets to put into the trucks, like the big trucks, because my friend worked at that one, but I would still have to get on the highway. I'm not trying to get on the highway. But yeah, it was still at that location it's 4-hour shifts, but it's still a drive, and I was still working at my full-time job. I still wanted some type of flexibility, because originally, when Amazon was putting out at my warehouse, when they were putting out different hours of going full-time, because I've been thinking about quitting my full-time job, right? But I was like, if I quit my full-time job, I do want a job that will have benefits. But when they were putting out hours, I would put in for them. I think I put in for once or twice and I got denied. And I was like, that just means it's not meant to be, right? And this is months prior to me getting basically let go because my position was going. This is way before that. So those two warehouses, the one in Richmond, the 10-hour shift one, and then the other one in Ashland, weren't going to work for me. So I, held off. That same day, I think it was later that day or the next day, I looked at the different job options, and the job options were Whole Foods and then this Prime Now location. So I'm like, okay, all right. I didn't want to work at Whole Foods for Amazon because you're still around people. My whole thinking is like people will stop me. Now I won't have anything that says like Whole Foods on there, but still you're still around people, and that's not what I want, you know. I just want to be in my own zone. And not to say that it would be bad, like I don't think it would be bad. It's like you're shopping for people's groceries, and that's what basically Prime Now is as well. It's basically shopping at a store, but it's just the Amazon employees, not additional people. So I was like, nah, not for Whole Foods. And Whole Foods is the same, it's right across the street from like my Kohl's, where I used to work at for Kohl's. So it's not too far away, you know, of a drive. But I was like, this one is like 9 minutes away, 9 minutes away. And I don't know, like I always, and I mentioned this to you guys before in some other videos, that I think those gig jobs like Instacart, Grubhub, all of those things, they seem so cool. But like personally, I don't want to drive around, and I have anxiety thinking about the what ifs. Like what if a person is just, you know, you just never know what a person's going through that day and what's going to turn them off, and I just don't want to be that person that they're going to go off on. So that's why I never done it. But it's always been something I would like to do. So this is my gig job, basically, right? I'm shopping for customers, food. So let's talk about some updates. So once again, I can still work. So my warehouse, it opens up at 3 a.m. and the last shift closes at 10 p.m. and all shifts are around are 5-hour shifts. Now in the paperwork that I had, it says you can work up to a maximum of 19 hours. But then another thing said I can work up to a maximum of 20 hours, which will make more sense seeing that all of the shifts are 5-hour shifts, right? When they need people as an incentive, they add on an extra $1 an hour. So when we go to, and I will talk about this as well, when we go to this other thing, it will say +5. So that means that's the incentive, right? That just means they need help and they just want to, you know, get people in. Now, as I watch some other videos just about Whole Foods, I haven't really seen that many videos about Prime Now, but a lot of people were saying like at Whole Foods it's hard to pick up shifts. At my location right now, there are shifts galore, you know, shift galore. Like I don't have to like grab it, it's available. So that's a good thing too. I don't have to be like immediate, and that's how it was at my other warehouse as well. Like shifts would get taken up really fast, especially like the 1 and 2 hour shifts. Those would get taken up really fast. But people just, especially like, you know, towards like the holidays, I'm pretty sure people will start taking up things a lot more as well. But like I don't have that issue. I don't see that issue coming. Like I have to grab, like right now, that's not what I'm seeing. Like I can go in right now and there will still be shifts for later on today, that I could pick up. And their shifts, they send out the information every day except for Sunday. They upload like different shifts. Every day has a dedicated, like say for Tuesday uploads Thursday's hours, what will be available. They say they don't upload on Saturdays, but they upload the information on, don't upload any information on Sundays. And I'm like, cool. So the difference that I see so far is we used to just use an app called A to Z. And in that app, you could check your hours. You can clock in, clock out. You can also pick up your hours as well. Sign up for like VTO, sign up for extra hours, all of that in just one app. But Prime Now, because it's Prime Now LLC, they have there's this other part. It's called Amazon Moment. So this website you will go to pick up your hours, extra time off. You will still use A to Z to check your pay. Just regular updates. Hello, hi, butter. How you doing, baby? Yeah, they're not in there. What else? But it's basically anything to do with your time, like picking up time, taking off time, seeing where your balance is with your vacation. So that's a different thing, and that's not even an app. It's a website. But you can sign up to get notifications for like extra time and things like that via text message. That's what I signed up for, or email. I'd rather get text message. But I was like, why is it not an app? I'd rather have an app, but okay. Now I know I did mention this. There's more to learn. I will say there's more to learn, but the basics I got that down, I got that down. I know where basically everything is. Like damaging out foods. One beautiful thing. Okay. The food that they don't use, or that is get closer to their use by date, like the meats, they said it had to be 7 days out, and everything else has to be like 5 days out, like milk and stuff, 5 days out. They will damage it out on their end so that they can get credit, but they donate it to Feed More. That's what they donated to. I asked the manager today. I said, because there was a whole bunch of Just Beer chicken breasts for an order I was picking, and all of the things were Best Buy or used by, Best Buy or freeze by August the 20th, 21st. I found one for like the 23rd. Today is the 19th, y'all. And I put the one for the 23rd in the bag. I'm like, that's 4 days. But then I went and asked them, because I had another thing. I had to pick another one. And I was like, all of these, and I mean, there must have been like 30 packages in different locations. And I'm like, what do I do? And he's like, oh, damage it out. And I'm like, okay. So I was like, he's like, we'll donate it. Now, on the first day, they let us know that they do donate. They had like a cart in the in the refrigerator room. They say, yeah, we donate the things that, get close to their Best Buy days. So today, I was like, that would be a good thing for me to ask so I could tell y'all. And he said, we donate to Feed More. And they come once a day, basically, to pick up, items. Because we have so much stuff. And I'm like, that's awesome, because you go to a lot of stores, and what do? Good food they just put into the dumpsters. So that's a wonderful thing to know that Amazon does that, because some of these other places, I'm just like, really? You're throwing out good food, and it's not even expired food, y'all. It's not expired food. They're just getting close to that close by date. Now, y'all know I love a good deal on some meat, reduced meats. I put that stuff right up in my freezer, and it's good as ever, once I thaw it out and cook it, or I cook it that same day. So yeah, thought I would tell you that. But yeah, today, I don't know. Okay, so I did go on to Amazon Moment, and I was trying to figure out what hours I want to pick up, if I want to pick up any extra hours. Now, I'm still happy, okay, but there's just stuff going on in my life right now, and I'm just like, I'm happy I have it. Now I got myself in there. I'm no longer nervous. I feel like a boss walking up in there, even though I don't know everything, but I'm still learning. It's just other things that come up that you wouldn't expect. Like when I had to damage out, the item and for, and things like that. So yeah, I will say for my orientation, now the virtual orientation where you watch your videos, they usually will send you the link 24 to 48 hours prior to your start date. I got the email on Saturday, and they said that it could take up to 3 to 4 hours. Now, I ain't gonna lie, your girl was snoozing in between these videos. Like, I don't know. I mean, they weren't boring, but obviously I was just sitting there watching this, and I'm just like, so I gotta pay. I got my pay stub, and I'll get paid tomorrow. Well, we'll get paid on Fridays, but my bank deposits it a day early. They're paying me 5 hours 5 hours and 14 minutes for my orientation, but I just know it had to be due to me like dozing off, because yeah, my very first time working for Amazon, when I did the virtual orientation, out of the 3 to 4, I wanted to get the 3 hours. They were saying it would take 3 hours, but I ended up only doing like 2 hours. And I told myself this time I really wanted to take my time. Now, I didn't expect to sleep, but yeah. So my paycheck is at $15 an hour, so it's like $78. So after like taxes and stuff like that, I will be getting like $72. $10 will go to me, and the other $62 will go into my savings account. My goal is to get to 15,000 by the end of this year. Will I get there? I don't know. Now, things are still up in the air about my full-time job. I did speak with my psychiatrist yesterday. So I don't want to, provide that information to you just yet, because I don't know what's going on. I kind of do, but at the same time, I just don't feel comfortable sharing that with you. I will say that I'm still employed at my full-time job, but I'm not working. But back to Amazon. I said that it was so unorganized. Like, not the job itself, the bins are unorganized. Like, you go in the refrigerator, and like, say forth, a section will have cheese, milk, hot dogs, in just one little bin, one little shelf, like it's like on a shelf, and it has like dividers, and in here you have all, like, you got canned like chocolates in there, and it's just, it doesn't seem right. It's not that's not what I said. It's not organized. But what I realized yesterday, and I realized it yesterday, and I was like, I have to tell you this. Amazon is so organized. Like, you can have up to 10 bags on your cart. So that could be 10 different orders, right? It doesn't even have to go to the same person. It's 10 bags. Now, they break it up because it lets you know, if you're gonna do bigs, you're just getting all bigs. You don't have to get any bags on your cart. Bigs will be like toilet tissue, cases of water, cases of soda, dog food, and all of those things. And that's all you do. You stay in that section, but what I mean by organized, you're not running back and forth down the aisle. If you're going down the aisle, how it's set up, you'll go from here to here to here to here. They're not going to have you start here, come down, go down there, come back for another thing in the same aisle, go down there. It's very efficient. Like, even in the smaller aisles, so like, say forth ambient, which is like the room temperature type of things, it has you go up and down, basically up and down. I mean, you may have to skip a couple, but it's not having you go from this side of the building to this other side of the building, come back. None of that. So it's organized in that sense. Even though the bins are unorganized, the way to make sure that you're efficient and time is not being wasted, that's what's organized. Oh, I did get my badge today. I really like it. I was thinking about picking up some hours on Friday, taking a day off. Today is Wednesday, so I was thinking about taking a day off and getting some hours on Friday, but we'll see. I'm just happy I had my foot in the door. I told you guys that was a big thing for me because I didn't know if I was going to go on short-term disability, what was going to happen, and yeah, so at this point, I'm not using this job as a income source, so it will be for savings. Yeah, it will still be for savings, so that means I don't have to do as much. But I do want to stay active, and once again, for me to stay active, I'm like an on-call associate, not an on-call associate. I'm what they call a flex associate. So I pick up my hours. I don't have a set schedule, which I love that flexibility. But I will say I have been enjoying waking up at 7 o'clock because I've been waking up early anyways, and just coming downstairs and sitting on the couch and walking the girls. So me getting up and being active, it's been really good for me, y'all. This was a different shift, so there were different people that we did not meet on Tuesday. And everybody is just so nice and, more than willing to help. I mean, I know there's more to learn, but it's not like important, like the main job. It's not the main job, but it's just like Instacart, y'all. Or those other type of gig jobs where you're going and being a shopper for the customer. The only thing we're not doing is we're not wasting gas because we don't have to drive anywhere. We don't have to be around other people besides other employees. So we're not working in a store. Less, if you think about it in the pandemic sense, less exposure to the virus. Not saying we're 100% because you never know what people do outside. For the most part, people are covering up their full face, not just their mouth or, what other things did I want to say? I'm really, really happy to experience this and share it with you guys. I don't take anything I have for granted, and this has brought a smile to my face, as you guys seen in my first video. I'm so happy, and once again, my happiness has not changed, okay, but this is not going to have to be a job for my income source. Which even if it was just for my income source, I would be happy. So I'm just happy I had my foot in the door and that I did not back out. Even though I was nervous to start off, I didn't know. And seeing these videos, it kind of like, oh my goodness, there's so much to it, but it's so easy, y'all. So if you ever have a job, not outside of Amazon, if you have a job that you're looking to, work for or, apply for, try it. Apply for it. If you get it, you don't get it. You get it, try it out. You may be nervous, but don't let nervousness and being scared or something new hold you back. Because it may be what you want and need. It may bring you happiness. It may bring you satisfaction. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. I just wanted to update you on day 2 and just give you some other updates of some differences that I've seen and how Amazon is so efficient with how they do things. Like, I really had to sit back and I was like, I'm not running from this place to this place for this item. No. So yeah, y'all, I really do like it. So far I worked 10 hours, 5-hour shifts for my first 2 training days. Training is over, and now we just pick up our shifts, and yeah, we'll see what happens. So yeah, thank you guys for rocking and rolling with me, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.